aprende uno catalán. Hello, my name is Aiden, and today I'm going to tell you why you should learn a new language. There are a plethora of reasons to learn a new language, but I want to talk about the problems first. Let's say that you are an avid traveler, and you decide that you want to go overseas to a different country. You arrive at said country, but you don't know where luggage claim is. It's not like you can go up to a random person and assume they speak English. Yeah, there are translation apps, or maybe even guides to help, but you'd be helping yourself a lot more understanding the language of that place or country that you are visiting. Another problem could arise in your career. Your job may require you to travel, or you might not have access to a promotion because you are not bilingual. There's also the fact that we are inferior when it comes to other countries and their population being bilingual. Quote, more than half of European citizens can speak at least 2 languages, and that cannot be said for Americans. Less than 10% of Americans are bilingual, end quote. Recent surveys of high school students show that less than half study a foreign language. Of those who do, many are fulfilling graduation requirement for 1 or 2 years studies of a language besides English, a far cry from becoming fluent. Only 8% of U.S. college students take a foreign language course, and foreign language degrees account for only 1% of undergraduate degrees granted in U.S. colleges and universities. So how can we fix these problems? Simple, we learn a new language. The most effective way is by either a tutor or classes. Some argue, however, that learning a new language isn't necessary because the majority of the world speaks English. However, that might not be the case in the future, as Chinese is slowly making its way up there with an estimated 1 in 5 people being able to speak it, compared to the 1 in 3 people that speak English, which is still more than the Chinese, but Chinese can soon take over the global trading language. Let's say that you want to learn French. A niche solution for learning French is going to Quebec and learning their dialect version of it. It differs from France French, but the basics are still the same, and you can apply what you learn in Quebec, France French. You could also start teaching a kid, or maybe a family member's kid, a different language while they are still young, because children, by contrast, are considered to have an innate ability to assimilate a new language. Exposing students to other language gives them access to different perspectives and advantages while growing up if they learn a new language. Another reason why that is because research recently conducted by a division of the Modern Language Association indicates that studying a foreign language for 3 years or more builds analytical and reasoning skills that could boost learning ability in other fields. In other words, you get better in every field when you decide to pick up a new language. Your test scores also improve considerably when you learn a new language, as well as having a better creative thinking process. Surprisingly, your English will also improve from learning a new language. Another bonus for learning another language is if you learn a language that is a sister to another, it makes learning that one much easier. For example, in the Romance language, which means that all these languages share one common ancestor, if you learn French and become fluent in it, you can learn Italian or Spanish easier because they share most of the same vocabulary and sentence formation. There's also the bonus of improving your health. When you learn a new language, your memory will short and long term improve tremendously. And then when it comes to monetary gains from your job, studies show that being bilingual improves your pay anywhere from 5% all the way to 20% per hour. Of course, it could be more, it could be less, depending on your field and the language you know. If you know an uncommon language that's not talked about much, like Farsi, you get paid more, so many people in the U.S. can speak or write it. But still, money is money and it will all add up eventually. So what happens to the world if you learn another language? Obviously nothing, right? Seeing as the world is so big that nothing that minuscule could ever affect it, but what it does affect is the people. The greatest personal advantage of learning a foreign language is the ability to understand the viewpoint of other people and participate in a culture other than one's own. Most people who have made an honest attempt to speak a foreign language when traveling can call to mind the appreciative smiles that greeted their efforts. There's also the fact that you can come to appreciate that culture even more. It opens your eyes to what you thought you knew and gives you a deeper understanding of it. Merci d'avoir écouté et j'espère que vous donnerez une chance à l'apprentissage d'une nouvelle langue. Thank you for listening, and I hope you give learning a new language a chance.